gonna sit on the ground. Hold on, y'all. What's good, guys? We are back with another video. So we just got the shower not too long ago. Just came back from the gym, did a little bit of journaling. As you guys saw by the title of the video, I just want to talk to you guys about what God has been showing me in my singleness season. We're going to jump straight to the video as you guys saw by the title. So what has God been showing me during my season of singleness? So yeah, the first thing I want to talk about is just like, I feel like God has been telling me to love him first before anything else. Love God first. I feel as though that has probably been the biggest theme of this whole thing, is that truly to just love God first and not be so focused on loving someone else or pouring love into someone else. And I'm not even pouring my love into God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really pouring my love into my relationship with God. And it's not that I wasn't before, but it's just, I think, it's just that you kind of like, you feel like I feel like I've already been in a loving relationship with God, but I feel like I can, like, in this season, I feel like I can go deeper, if that makes sense. And I think that's just something I've been trying to remind myself of, and to just focus on God first, put him first before everything else. Like, try to put God first before everything else. I'm not gonna lie, like, if I'm being honest, there's times where I wake up, I'll immediately get on my phone and I'll maybe start like checking my comments, or I'll start doing this, I'll start doing that. But recently I've been feeling convicted about that, because I feel like I need to make sure that the first thing I do when I get up is get in my word or pray or do something. And I've been falling short of that recently, but I will say that it's been on my heart. And being that I feel convicted about that, is just like, I understand it now type of vibe. Like, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, once you feel convicted about something, I feel like that's when I'm like, okay, like, he's showing me something here. There's something for me to like look into in this area. So, but yeah, putting him first before everything else, and just kind of trying to make sure that I'm just seeking in his love and not seeking that love that I want from everywhere else, if that makes sense. Whether that's like money, food, girls, whatever the case is. He's been so like convicting me on just like, I gotta seek him first and put my love and everything into him first before I do anything else. Because at the end of the day, you won't even fully understand. Because one thing about God is, like, when you pour yourself or pour into your relationship with God, he will reveal things about you. He will show things about yourself that you're like, dang, I didn't know I struggled with that, or dang, like, I need to work on this, or whatever the case is. And that helps you so much when it comes to like pouring into someone else. And that's why I'm just like, okay, God, like, I need to seek you first, and I need to seek you more than I've sought you before, And that's what I've just been learning. Like, it's just like really trying to seek God first above everything else. Because even the scripture I have here, it says, Matthew 6:33, it says, but seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. And I feel like, I guess the angle there is just like, in the season of singleness for me right now, I feel like I need to stop saying like. Okay, guys, I comment anytime I freaking say like. How many, just freaking tally them up and tell me what y'all get at the end. Anytime I say like or XYZ, because I need to stop doing that. And I've noticed I've been doing that a lot. Like, I'm like, bro, let's do better. Anyways, let's keep going. Yeah, I think during this time of singleness, I would say is that just seeking God first, seeking his kingdom, and just focusing on that before everything else is what I've just been like so convicted on. Because I feel that God is, trying to always wants to just grow that relationship, with us and him. And I feel like when I'm just so focused on everything else, that's me technically not putting the kingdom first. If it's literally just me, like, like I said, I wake up in the morning, and then I wake up and then I won't get in my word immediately, and I'll maybe start checking things because I'm like anxious about, what's this? Where's the number at? Where's this going on? Like, so like wrapped up into that. And I think I'm realizing like I can't be doing that, because for one, it's all in God's hands anyway. So anything that I'm worried about, I don't need to be stressing about. Yeah, just really seeking the kingdom first. And just also, I feel like I've been just feeling like in this season of singleness, this is a moment for me to, in a sense, find my identity again. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, or just in a sense, like rebuild my identity in God is what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like my identity was so fixated into like, corporate, or just in this, or whatever the case is. But yeah, just like, I feel like I need to really just make sure that my identity is formed in God before anything else, and not in YouTube, not in just relationships, but it's formed in God. And It's hard. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's super hard. Just because I feel like when you're trying to form a relationship in God, He's going to reveal things about yourself that you may feel very uncomfortable with. Like you're going to feel very uncomfortable. And that's what I be feeling. I be feeling so uncomfortable because it's like, dang, like, why am I on my phone so early in the morning? Why am I sitting here on my phone? Like, what am I doing? Like, and just doing stuff that I know I shouldn't be doing. And it's like, okay, bro, like, let me lock in because I've already seen so much progress and growth. Not even just like obviously in the channel, but like just following this purpose of YouTube, whatever the case is, and just me locking in. I'm not thinking about girls, I'm not thinking XYZ. But the moment I start kind of thinking about girls and maybe wanting, like, whatever the case is, like I just feel that purpose like kind of slowing down. Or I feel like that whatever the case is slowing down. And I feel like as I continue to seek Him first, it's so crazy. I just feel like all the anxiety and everything else and the worries about relationships, the worries about YouTube, the worries about this, the worries about that, obviously just kind of begin to go quiet. And that's when I feel like, okay, now I'm able to focus on my purpose even more. Because when I seek in the kingdom first, everything else just kind of just becomes like just quieted. Like it's a beautiful feeling and just a great thing to just kind of have happen. Why is it light on me like that? What the heck? So the second thing I would say, I think has been a really big thing for me that I'm learning is that patience, man. Patience is actually, I would say maybe patience is even above they tie one and two. But yeah, number two is definitely patience. I think given my last situation and how I feel as though I didn't take time to heal, I rushed into things, and just in general, I think even growing up, I'm always like a very like excited person or like whatever I get very excited about like little things, whatever the case is. And I think something my mom used to always tell me too is like, Christian, like slow down. Like, but they always know that I'm always coming from a good place, but it's like, you got to slow down. You just got to slow down. And I think right now, bro, is learning to have patience, man. Trying to have patience in a season where it's like, you're by yourself, I'm single, and, I just turned 25. I'm a young male who obviously has hormones and wants to be with someone or XYZ and just wants to, have that communion and just be able to put love into, someone else and something else and build something together, everything like that. But I think really just understanding like, okay, I gotta have patience with this, man. I can't rush into things because we already saw what happened before. When you rush, you kind of like, like you're doing a math equation. If you're rushing, you'll miss steps and you'll get to the very end and you don't wonder why your answer is wrong, but it's because it's like you went so fast, you didn't take your time that you missed to, divide this, you missed to add this, you missed the subtraction, you missed the addition or whatever the case is, and you're missing all these different things because you're rushing so fast. And I think that is, again, that's another big thing is that God is showing me right now is just to have patience and not to rush into things, especially not rushing into relationships, and just honestly just trusting in God's timing. And I think that also just builds trust, with God, and it furthers and deepens me and His relationship because it's like, man, I'm so used to trying to like low-key rush things or feel like I'm missing out or I'm supposed to be, with someone and things like that. But in reality, it's like, again, seeking the kingdom first and then just having patience and understanding that it's always in God's timing and there's nothing for me to really rush into. And if it's meant for me, it'll come. And I know that God is preparing me for the opportunity and for that moment. And when the moment presents itself, I'll be ready. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me right now, it's like, man, like I'm really learning just to slow down, bro. Like there's literally no rush in anything in this life. There's literally no rush. Even the way Jesus carried himself, like he was never rushing, bro. He was never like, oh my gosh, we gotta hurry, we're gonna be late. Like he was just walking in that stillness and literally embodied like the word of just like patience and stillness and just not moving off of hurry. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's just a beautiful thing when you really look at, how he walked his life. And I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to just make sure that I'm walking in stillness and not trying to just rush past things and hurry up and just get something done because I'm missing out, or what if I'm too late, or whatever the case is. In reality, it's like that doesn't really get you nowhere. It just makes things worse, and it can honestly really mess you up in the long run. So that's what I've definitely been learning about myself. Definitely just needed to freaking slow down, bro. Just slow down. Because again, like I think I definitely rushed into that situation and it messed me up and I missed over things, and I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a learning lesson for sure. That's what I would definitely say. But at the end of the day, definitely learning to just have more patience. And the scripture that I have for this one that's kind of just been showing me that as well is just like Isaiah 40:31. It says, those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. And I think just understanding that in this season of singleness is not a moment of weakness, but it's a moment to truly like trust in God and also just to kind of just wait on Him, knowing that He's going to give me strength to get through this season. And not only that, this is all preparation for the next season, if that makes sense. So that's why I'm just like trying to like remind myself of that. And I understand that that's what he's showing me. He's definitely showing me like, okay, Christian, this is the time to rebuild your strength. And it's obviously in my faith, but also I'm also realizing like it's a time for me to rebuild my strength, to just really focus on my fitness and my health and just my productivity and production and just creativity, all these different things like I can really focus on and like rebuild, which has been a lot of fun and it's been amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's been amazing. But yeah, no, I definitely think patience and waiting on God and trusting in his timing and understanding that when we go through things like this, when I'm noticing that when I go through things like this, it's really an opportunity for him to it's not to punish us, but I keep licking my lips, y'all. I feel like my lips are kind of dry, and I don't know where my chapstick is, so I'm sorry. But no, yeah, I feel like it's definitely a season of just kind of like realizing, like, okay, slow down, just have patience, and understand that it's always in God's timing. Like, there's nothing for me to rush about, and these seasons like this are just opportunities for him to build our character. Like, these are character building moments, and I want God to continue building my character, continue building me up to the man that he's called me to be, and just so I know that even if I don't get married again, or even if I don't, find that person, whatever the case is, I trust that I'm going to be that man that I need to be in my family, like my mom, for my brother, sister, for my friends, whoever the case is. Like, I want to be that man that God's called me to be just in society in general. So, but yeah, just definitely having patience, understanding that it's all a process and that God has a reason for everything. So there's no need for me to rush anything. There's no need for me to like just jump into anything. Allow him to build me up. I'm just allowing him to build my character. I'm allowing him to just like do that. He's definitely just been showing me like, Christian, it's okay to slow down. It's okay to take a breather, take your time. You're not missing anything. I feel like even as a case, I always think, I don't know why, but as a case, I always think like I'm missing out. And I think that led to me also getting into people pleasing, because I would like low key get involved in stuff that I know that I didn't really want to do, but I was so scared that I was missing out on something, or I would rush into doing something because I was scared I was missing out. And I think like during this time right now, I learned the biggest valuable lesson, that you're not missing out on anything. There's no rush to get married, and there's no rush to just like jump into something because you feel like it's right, and then you start missing key indicators that it's just maybe not for you, but you just want to do it so bad and you're rushing that you'll just miss all the steps in the equation, and then you're kind of wondering why you get the wrong answer. Doesn't mean you can't, because God is so good. Doesn't mean God can't give you the eraser and be able to erase the mistakes. You can go back through it, do it the way that God intends for you to do it, and then you'll get the right answer eventually. All right, anyways, the last thing I have which is just kind of understanding that purpose comes before partnership. And I think in this season, I've mentioned this before in my other videos, but like during this season, I'm seeing that God truly wants me to focus on my purpose. And I'm not going to lie to you, going through all this and just starting this channel and seeing how fast it's been growing and seeing just everything happening, I definitely feel like, it's one of those things where you're like, man, if only I was chasing my purpose when I'm chasing it now, like where would I be now? You know what I'm saying? And I think for me, it's definitely just a thing that I've been learning, is like focus on purpose before anything else. Purpose comes before partnership. And I think, yes, again, you know what I'm saying? I want to be with somebody eventually, like Lord willing, and I want to be able to be that husband and be that her best friend and XYZ, like all these different things that I know that his daughter would need. And at the same time, I don't think I can really do that yet because I feel like when you rush into something like that and you just kind of go headlong and you don't give yourself time to truly understand yourself and allow God to reveal things to you for yourself. And I just feel like when you're not really, I guess, walking, for me, this is me speaking for myself, I feel like if I'm not walking in my purpose and I'm just doing things just to do things and I'm not really happy, it doesn't help the other person, because now like you may not be as happy. You may have a harder time just like, I don't know, dealing with things because you're just not walking your purpose. Like as a man, I feel like once I'm not really chasing success, but I'm chasing purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really chasing like money. I'm not really chasing like anything else, but I'm really just chasing purpose, because I don't know how to explain it, but it just feels the most fulfilling. Like I've had great jobs. I've had, yes, like whatever the case is, like chasing this purpose and even doing this for y'all, like just doing all these videos and just like doing this for myself and my healing process and trying to like just kind of start that movement of allowing people to understand that it's okay to heal and be vulnerable, go through these things, because other people are going through these things too. But yeah, like chasing this has been the most fulfilling thing I've ever felt. I'm not gonna lie, it's been wild, but yeah, it's been a blessing too. But yeah, chasing purpose before partnership, it's definitely a big thing that he's obviously been showing me. He's like, chasing your purpose comes before chasing a girl. 100% to my fellas out there. The girls will be there, bro. especially if you give it time. Like, this is how I kind of look at it. It's kind of how I look at it. For me, in my head, I'm like, okay, if I follow my purpose, chase my purpose, and everything else, I'm chasing God, everything else will be added. Like, when it comes to, like, he knows your sexual desires. He knows what, like, the needs you need there and all that stuff. He understands that. And so it's like, okay, if I can do that and just chase my purpose, I know that he will provide partnership when the time is right. And not only that, I feel like I'll be more adequate or more suitable to actually be in a true partnership where I feel as though I can really just fully give myself to this person, especially because I'm, at that point would be so, I guess, filled by God in that sense, and just kind of in such a good place with myself and with God, that if something was like in my face and it was like bad and it was like something that I need to like be careful of, I feel like at that point, now I would have enough, not even just enough discernment, but just enough like love for myself to be like, nah, bro, I'm not finna take that. I can't. Like, I'm gone. When you're not securing yourself in that way, you just kind of feel like you just want to be in something, and you're not really even chasing your purpose. Like, you kind of just do anything. You kind of fall for anything. And that's what I noticed about myself. And I'm learning that for sure during this time, is that I can't be doing that. Like, I cannot do that, because it just honestly leads you down a path of low-key destruction. It leads you down a path of just like, you're wondering like, why is this happening? It's because you're not chasing your purpose, bro. You're focused on everything else but what God is putting on your heart to chase. And I'm telling you, he's not telling you to chase women. I promise you, he's not telling you to chase girls, bro, or vice versa. He's not telling you to chase guys. He's not telling you to do that, or put yourself out there or whatever. Like, he's not telling you to, I guarantee he's not telling you to do that. But I think everybody can say he's definitely telling us to, follow whatever it is that God's put on your heart, and just chasing your purpose is like the biggest thing. And then the scripture I have for this one is Proverbs 19:21. And it says, many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. We all have so many ideas and things in our hearts that we just like thinking about, whatever the case is. But the Lord's purpose is what truly prevails all that. Whatever God's purpose that he has over your life is going to come before all that. And the way to find it is to seek the kingdom first. You know what I'm saying? All things will be added unto you. Like, even you finding your purpose will come much smoother, and it will be revealed to you, just because, like, bro, like, you're now focusing on God, and his purpose will come. Like, his purpose will reveal it. It'll literally just reveal itself to you. And sometimes it doesn't come in the way that you want it or the way that you imagine it, but it will come, and then you're gonna be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's real. During this time, just like locking in on my dreams, locking in on my purpose, I am seeing that 100% right now. And just seeing, I'm not even joking with y'all, just seeing the amount of growth in this channel. And like, my dream is always to be a YouTuber, or just to be able to like create and just put things out there. But yeah, locking in on it like I've done recently, I have never seen this type of like growth like this, when you just lock in, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not worried about girls. I'm not going out on dates and all this stuff. I'm not focused on all that, bro. Like, that stuff will come. I just turned 25. I used to always think to myself, I want to be married by XYZ years. I want to have a kid by 29 or something like that, whatever the case is. And I'm realizing, like, dude, I had to throw that stuff out the window and like just focus on chasing God's purpose over chasing a partnership. Because at the end of the day, I want his purpose to prevail above all of my plans, bro. Because I know whatever he has for me is so much better than what I could even imagine for myself, which is crazy to even think about. It's like, whatever God has for you is way bigger than anything you can imagine for yourself. I feel like this is what God has been showing me in my season of singleness. And I hope, maybe if you're single, whatever the case is, like, if you're single out there and you're kind of like, man, like, this sucks, like, just, you know what I'm saying? Put the kingdom first. Understand this is a season where God can literally be rebuilding you and strengthening you. You can deepen your relationship with him. You can focus on your purpose more. You have more time, whatever the case is. But anyways, that's the end of the video. I love you guys as always. And again, we are so close to 1K subs, which is crazy because I just started posting consistently probably like 3 weeks ago or something like that, maybe 3 weeks ago. But all the comments, the support, and positivity, I literally love it all. I always try to respond to everybody's comment. Yeah, I literally read through all the comments. So I appreciate you guys. And yeah, we're about to hit 1K subs, which is crazy. I'm super excited about that. And again, like I mentioned before, as y'all seen me do earlier, I was journaling. Journaling is a big part of my life, and I'm working on something for when we do hit 1K subs that I think you guys would really enjoy. And it's just something that has been helping me through my season, and just kind of like, yeah, I think journaling is literally the thing that truly, in a sense, has saved my life, if I'm being completely honest. You know, along with therapy and things like that. But I think it definitely has saved me because it was definitely an outlet. It's a way for me to just express myself and just kind of keep track of where I am emotionally and things like that. But yeah, once we hit 1K subs, I definitely have a big announcement on that because it's something I'm definitely excited for y'all to have. And yeah, as much as y'all see me journaling, there's something coming for you guys that I think you guys would really enjoy. Anyways, until then, definitely feel free to comment what you feel as though God has been showing you during this season. And yeah, just let me know. Let me know what he's been showing y'all during this season. And if there's something that you feel as though it's like, oh man, like boom. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. I love y'all. Ugh.